Awful. Awful. What I have to do in order to stream, my friends, it's like a holocaust every time. I want to turn on the microphone. I want to set up the cables, even though it might seem like I'm not setting up a lot. It is a lot for me because I hate wires. I hate cables. It's a thing that bothers me. It's 2023. There should be no excuse for me to have these many wires connected. And even on my motorcycle, I've been working on my motorcycle extensively for the past 3 weeks, and it's just wires and cables. It's like the folks at Yamaha said, hey, how can we make this guy as frustrated as possible? However, if there's one thing that we can't deny in 2023 is that Sam Smith sucks. Sam Smith, I think, sucks. He started off right? He started off okay, and I think that he's gone in a downward spiral. Let me show you exactly what I mean here. I hate that everywhere I go, I hear that same stupid song about daddy doesn't know or mommy doesn't know that daddy's in a body shop. The song's essentially about daddy getting railed at a place called the Body Shop. And every place I've gone to, every mall, every single weird establishment, every gas station is playing this song. And it makes me honestly want to find the nearest school and change some lives. Let me show you what I mean here. This is the Sam Smith of new, right? This is the Sam Smith of new. This is the Sam Smith of old. Look at this guy. Look at this handsome dude here, this handsome chap. And you could see him kind of up here morphing into what he's going to morph into eventually. You start seeing the rumblings in 2019. I also hate all these fucking news sites. Look at this. Hey, there's 20 ads playing at the same time. So you kind of see the progression here, right? You have this, which is his ultimate form, I believe, in 2022. And then you have whatever this is, whatever the fuck this is, right? Look at this handsome chap over here. Let me put this here. I'm sorry. I keep seeing this monitor on the side here. But what the fuck is going on? What's happening? It's awful. He started off decent. I mean, there was some sussery. Nothing wrong with some sussery, some zestiness, as the kids like to say now. But what's this? Somebody explain to me what this is. And then somebody explain to me what that is. He just looks uncomfortable. He looks like he's no longer capable of being comfortable. But alas, my friends, that's 2023. That's how we start off the year. What's he wearing there? I'm not sure. I'm sure it's something that he found probably in a thrift store, maybe something from Valentino. It could be either or. It could be like $100,000 weird romper, or it could be a thrift store find. Red Dead in 2016, he looked presentable. I agree. El Gringo PigCake, I have details they didn't mention about what happened about her and the cops. I'm sure referring to the thumbnail about this, which has been all over the news. It's been a while. My friends, let's just address that it's been a little bit of time since I last saw you on a live stream form. And, things have happened, right? Behind the scenes, things have been going on. Mostly me being retarded. That's what it is. Me being an absolute retard. I wanted to keep... I didn't want to stream until I came with the cards. So that was my goal. I wanted to stream, and then the next time I stream, have that be a playing card launch stream. But I figured that would still be a little bit too much into the future. Not to say that it's going to be long, but right now we're just finalizing some final touches on the playing cards, and hopefully those could come out. But I'm going to come back to regularly streaming. I don't know if it's going to be Wednesdays. I don't know if it might be twice a week, but I feel like I do want to stream because it's an outlet. It's a good therapeutic outlet. Now, personally, I say that I'm retarded because I recently had a little bit of a medical kerfluffle at a CVS pharmacy EMAS. I thought that I was dying. I was talking to my mother on the telephone, and I was talking about an upcoming test, a sonogram that I was going to do on my chest because I felt my chest uncomfortable. It felt pain. It was like this weird thing going on in my chest. It caused a lot of stress, right? And I did all the other stuff, the EKG. I did blood work. Everything was fine. And I was in a CVS pharmacy EMAS, and suddenly I got tunnel vision. Everything started going black. And I thought, wow, this would be the place to go, a CVS pharmacy EMAS. I guess the EMAS was the potential heart attack. right? Let's see if we could. I thought the EMOS was a potential heart attack. So I actually used one of their blood pressure detecting machines, right? I went in there and I tested my blood pressure, and my blood pressure was, well, the lady next to me, some old lady, some old broad, looked at the numbers. Everything was above 100 and said, that's not good. That's the last thing I want to hear, right? At a CVS pharmacy EMOS. I don't want to hear that. So I subsequently decided to, I don't know, call an ambulance because I thought I was dying. I was holding on to things, by the way. I was holding on to things that I was going to purchase. And I walked out of the CVS. So I stole several things from the CVS. They gave me an EKG. They just said that you are, I guess, excited. So I went to the ER, which, as I've mentioned in videos, is going to be a nice little fee that I get, a nice little hot copay, thanks to my tremendous insurance plan. But they gave me an X-ray. I just recently did a sonogram, and everything's fine. It's this thing called a pussy. It's this thing they found inside of my pants that they diagnosed me with that I didn't know that I had. So that was the problem with that. But that's the worst thing that you could be told by a doctor, is that everything's fine, everything is good, because then you realize, hey, fuck it. Why not take a drink? Why not have that cigar, right? Especially when they look at your blood work, they look at everything, and they determine that you're fine. But they did say that I have anxiety. From what? I don't know. I thought that it started when I had chest pains. You see the loop? So the anxiety gives you chest pains, but I already had chest pains. So it doesn't help the situation, and it's a circle, right? So until I had confirmation that everything was right, I had a lot of anxiety. And suddenly when I got my sonogram and my echo results, guess what? Everything is fine. I no longer have the amount of chest pain that I had before. So isn't anxiety a fun thing? Isn't it great? They recommended me taking some pills. I chose against that just because a little humorous anecdote here from my mother, in that the pill that they recommended is the same pill they give my little autistic brother. Imagine, right? How great is that? The same pill they give to my autistic brother, my nonverbal autistic brother, is the same pill that they prescribed to me. And I said, no, I'm not going to take that. I might flip it, though. That's a joke. I would never do that. That's a crime, and I'm not gonna do that. Norm Bathwater says you should go back to the ER to check up your face. Yes, I did make a mistake. Unfortunately, I decided to trim my face, and well, I don't look the same way that I used to. I trimmed my face once before. I might post a picture on Instagram so you get to see what I look like back in the day. But it's when I had a lot less weight on my face, which hopefully I'm getting to that point where I want to reduce the weight on my face, and then maybe I might trim it up again. But for now, I'm going to be beard fishing. There's a reason why a lot of women became attractive during COVID. And I've mentioned this on a ham radio episode before with Daniel, where we rated women with masks on because, well, the mask makes you more attractive. You could be a scientifically, objectively ugly person, right? Male or female or whatever you choose to refer to yourself. It's 2023. It's the current year, right? You should be better.
Be better. Be better. Be better.
According to Michelle Obama and Oprah. Remember that? Right? Remember when they said to be better?
Be better. Be better. Be better.
Oprah and Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama, who took away my glorious trans fat from Burger King hash browns, and now they taste like cardboard. And Oprah, that essentially was a female black Jerry Springer. That's kind of the bit that she had, only worse. Imagine a worse thing to society than a Jerry Springer, and that's Oprah. But Oprah gets a pass from society. It says you shouldn't have streamed now that your face looks like a nutsack. Yeah, I addressed that in my most previous video, that I do appreciate the PigCake community giving me their love, right? You guys gave me nonstop love in those comments when I unveiled my face to be clean. Although I didn't shave it, I trimmed it. So hopefully it should be back relatively soon. And I'll only trim it again if I lose maybe 20 pounds. But I'm not trying to lose weight also. I'm trying to gain some weight. I'm also trying to put on that muscle, you know what I'm saying? So maybe I could do both. Lose some face weight, get some facial definition, and then maybe I might decide to trim it, because it was not a terrible look back in the day. Unfortunately, right, you see now it doesn't really look too great. And it hides my beard hides my chin. I thought I had a strong chin. It turns out that this is what I resemble the most. Let me see if I could actually find this and show you guys. But looking at myself in the mirror, I realized that I resemble one of these. If you were a gamer, you might recognize this fella. Right? Let's see. It's the same shape. It's not a square. I thought I had a square-shaped face, like a square-shaped cloud. Let's see if you get that reference. But no, this is what I resemble. A thwomp from Mario. This is the shape of my face. That's essentially it. When I trim it down, it looks like that. Look at that. Isn't that an abo, an abortion? Look at that face, man. I guess head on it's all right, but here it's kind of fucked from the side. My side profile isn't great. It's because of my nose. I was at the bar yesterday. The local bar, as I've mentioned before on ham radio, Jada Cole's. I enjoy this place. It's a place near my house. It's the diviest bar. However, I have been proven wrong because when I was visiting Daniel to do the photo shoot for these playing cards, right? For these playing cards that are coming hopefully soon, we did some photo shooting Jesus. And I went to a bar called Earl's Hideaway. And that is my favorite bar of all time. As a matter of fact, they're building a train station near Daniel's house that I'm going to be frequenting, hopefully when they finish building that, and just going to that bar. I'm just going to be taking the train, going to that bar. And it's a biker bar, right? And what gets me upset is that all the bikes that are parked in the front work. They all work. I don't know if you could see it here, but I've essentially converted my kitchen area into a bike shop. There's parts, there's pipes, there's a bunch of weird things there that I have to replace on my motorcycle fuel pump, which I wanted to do today, but I chose against. There's a bunch of stuff there because I haven't been able to fix my bike, and unfortunately, I'm not going to take it to the shop because I have a heavy medical bill to deal with. So that's the other fun part, right? I don't want to take it to the shop, and also I want to learn. So Peter Turner has been guiding me through that. And I feel like that's also something that might have been my bad, to have Peter Turner guide you through motorcycle repair. But we'll find that out. I've seen you at gay bar, says Alejandro. There was one time when I did go to a gay bar, and that was to get change because they had an ATM, or rather to get money because they were the only place that had an ATM. I believe the name of the bar is called Azúcar, right, which is sugar in Spanish. It's across the street from a place called the Renaissance Ballroom where my friend's father was playing. And unfortunately, they had a cover charge, right? They didn't let me know, hey, there's a cover. And so I summarily went across the street to this venue. And I said, hey, man, I don't want to get in here. I just want to get the ATM. You mind that? And then, of course, the bouncer said, no, go ahead. It was a slow night, it seemed. And I'm like, all right, let me get in and out before anyone sees me and makes a rush to judgment. And it's not that I have a problem with that. It's that I don't want to, be seen by my friends going into this particular bar because then I'm never going to hear the end of it. So I've told this story before, but I went in there, I grabbed money from the ATM, and then I blew a guy, and that's a lie. I didn't blow a guy, but I did walk out of there. And the next day, this is back when I used to work at a school, there was a student that saw me, and they said, hey, insert name here. I saw you coming out of that bar yesterday. I'm like, no, you don't get it. I was just getting money. They have an ATM, and they're like, no, it's all right. It's fine. And they gave me the whole "it's fine" speech. They gave me the "it's fine" speech. It's okay. And I realized there's nothing that I could say that's gonna make this person think otherwise. But that is true. That is true. I have been in there before. I don't know what Instagram notification I just got. I hate getting Instagram notifications. Any notifications upset me. But that was a thing that happened. Let's see here. I don't appreciate your offensive humor, says Iker. I already used that joke on Discord, just copying my jokes. Top Notch, good to have you here. Top Notch, otherwise known as Taxation is Theft, right? Otherwise known as, I forgot what your creepypasta channel was. PigCake, imagine some dude telling you they went to a gay bar, but only to use the ATM. Did you say that before I finished saying my little bit there? Did you say that before? Because I feel like you obviously would remember. creepy or things that I've said before and regurgitate them in a creepy way. Alejandro says that, hold up, let me find this here. Oh my goodness. What is even happening here? Okay, sorry, I accidentally clicked out of that. It says, Alejandro says, you whip out your large wiener and fap off to the gay men and ride them like bikes. Great. Good to have you guys back. Good to have you guys back. That's what I was missing out on, you guys. You guys over here, I've realized streaming. Whoa, man. Can I stream like I used to? Well, man, maybe the PigCake community, they're going to be there to have my back. I'm glad that you guys are here to have my back. One detail, by the way, about the, what do you call this? The ER, right? I mentioned that I was talking to my mother on the phone, and my mom took me to the ER, right? I'm a 32-year-old man, and I'm not afraid to admit that my mom took me to the ER because I happen to have been talking to her. And she goes, oh, don't worry, I'll go over there, and then we'll go to the ER. So in the ER, my mother was on Cuban maximum mode. So she was on a different plane. I've never seen a woman like this. She kept talking for me, and I kept having to say things like, oh, no, don't worry. Sorry, let me just, if you don't mind. So I kept having to, talk over her, which is great. And then at some point, I had to mention to the nice, very attractive nurse that I passed out the last time they took out blood. See, I made the mistake of fasting for too long, and I didn't have anything in my system, and they sucked me dry. So I passed out. Right? I'm not ashamed to admit it. And they told me I have to tell people every time they take my blood that I could pass out, so to be prepared. So luckily I had a Papa John's pizza about an hour before I visited the ER, so I didn't think that was going to be a problem. But the girl was, flirtatious and, oh, no, don't tell me that. I freak out. Oh, I'm like, all right, okay. Oh, yeah, don't worry. I might pass out on you. You know what I'm talking about, right? So my mom, of course, overhears this conversation, and when they put in the little thing that they use to suck me dry, she's grabbing my leg and going, look at me, don't look at the nice nurse, look at me, all right? Don't look at the thing in your arm, all right? It doesn't even hurt. My mom's treating me like a child. So that was a nice little bit of kit that happened at the ER. It was great, and I wrote it down because I wanted to mention it here on stream. So that was a fun little moment. She was on maximum. It's like the volume. Usually you tone it down low. No, she was on max, and she kept asking weird questions to the doctor, which is great. But granted, that was a fun time. Waja Ellington says, I know a guy that would go into gay bars for free drinks. That is a good move. And I do believe that I forgot who told me, but women like to go to gay bars because they don't get approached. They don't get approached by people like me, right? Going, hey, what's up with you? And so they tend to go there. So I think if you go there and you turn your zesty to like midway, and then you convince a girl that she converted you, you could probably get some. That's my hypothesis. Now, that's not to say from experience, but I think that you could go pretend to be half zesty and get some, if you know what I'm talking about. Tips with PigCake, isn't that great? What I mentioned, I forgot why I brought up the bar that was by my house, but because I went there, and I got into a conversation with a couple at the bar about noses and how I shaved recently or trimmed my face so my nose is more prominent. And she looked like she had a nose. She had a nose of a person that reads podcasts. That's what I told her. And this other guy had a nose like he could use it to finger blast a girl. So we were talking about noses, and unfortunately my nose is more prominent when I don't have a beard. So that seems to be the trend here. So I might wait till I lose some weight before I trim my face again, as I've mentioned before. Alejandro says W Riz. That's right. I have a lot of Riz, as they say. I didn't know that Riz was actually short for charisma. That's a fun fact, right? The Gen Z is now using Riz to mean charisma or game. They're reinventing things that we've already invented, that our ancestors have already invented and taken credit for it. Pepsi Addict says there's a top chat or live chat option in a drop-down. YouTube will sometimes censor top chat. Yes, it will always censor top chat, so you only want to be on live chat. Live chat lives matter, right? Donate to them, right? See where your money goes. Something else that I wrote down here, the Echo, right? I don't know if you ever had a Echo, but it's a sonogram, essentially what they give to pregnant women. I had it done in my chest, and it felt like I was getting a hand job. The room that I was taken to was very dark. The very attractive older Cuban woman that was taking care of me brought me in, and she's like, sit down, take your clothes off, or take your top off. And she stands behind a curtain respectfully, even though I don't understand what you're going to see me without a shirt anyway. So why stand behind the curtain? It's weird. And she has to rub the goop on you. And then she's there telling you instructions, rubbing your fucking chest in different ways. And then my favorite part is afterwards, she's rubbing my chest down with like a paper towel, as if I just ejaculated all over it. So that was the fun part that reminded me of going to a Chinese or Asian massage parlor. Not that I've been to one, but I did recently look them up on Google reviews to see what people had to say about them, which was a funny thing. We do have topics, believe it or not. There are topics. I know that I've been going off here on a tangent, but it's been a while. Guys, it's been a long time since I've seen you. I believe November. Haven't seen you all of Thanksgiving, all of Christmas, and a lot of things have happened since then, as you could see, right? Look at that. I look like a naked mole rat. I look like I definitely cannot be allowed within maybe 1,000 feet of schools. I feel like Anthony Weiner. That's a good representation there. That's a car crash. It's like a dated reference, right? I don't think he's relevant anymore. Ma, it's okay. Calmara. I don't know what calmara is, but I think maybe you're talking about like calmate, right? Calmate is what you would say. I bet she was doing Reiki and casting magical spells. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. Let's see this. Would you ever bust a nut to young Hermione Granger? That's a trap. That's a trap. I'm definitely not going to. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no to that because that's CP, right? Talking in code here. That's cheese pizza. And you can't catch me with that. 2 car crashes. That's funny. Is that Japanese porn in the background? No, it's Japanese commercials. Blueface made $800,000 using OnlyFans. I think Anna de Guzman already beat me to that. Anna de Guzman that keeps posting that she lives in Miami, but she lives in Miami Beach, which is infinitely different. I don't know if you could hear that, but I've also mentioned that my neighbors are a bunch of Cumans. My neighbors are about 20 Cubans. There's one really hot one, but 20 Cubans cramped into a house, and every time they turn on their horn or the car alarm goes on or they have a loud party, I'm tempted. I'm tempted to call the 3-letter thing. You know what I'm talking about, right? The thing you put in your drinks when you want to make it cold or when you want to make the noises go away. I'm tempted, but I haven't done that yet. Yeah, you monkey stream more. I miss you. These youngsters got it all figured out. They're going to straighten things right out. Yeah, definitely. I can't wait till they're my doctors. PigCake. If you do cigar bottoms with the SpongeBob penis, I will join the PigCake Magic Academy. All right. Here's a sponge penis. This is the things that I have to do in order to shill for the PigCake Magic Academy. And here's my deck of playing cards. Let's see. I believe, if I remember correctly, Marlo did it with his ring finger, right? So the first one was a bottom. That one was a bottom, as you could tell, because these cards are thicker than my dick. But let's see if I could do another one here. There you go. Obvious. My bottom deals are terrible. But at least that is the proper right-hand technique from Marlo's deal, right? These are NPC playing cards. Not to blame the cards on my shitty handling on the bottom deal, but this is really virgin-y, by the way. This is a very virgin-y reference because Marlo, Ed Marlo of Card Magic fame, he would have cigars in his hand, and he couldn't do a bottom deal because you would hit the thing. You would hit the table with the cigar. So you have to use your ring finger in order to use the bottom deal effectively and hold a cigar at the same time. So hopefully that causes you to join the... I know a lot about you, like why you're watching this ad. And it's specifically because You've looked up magic tricks. Well, hey there, my name's PigCake, and I've been doing magic trick tutorials on YouTube for the better part of 6 years. And I'm here to tell you about the PigCake Magic Academy with over 1,200 videos already uploaded, designed to make you an expert magician. You get access to all the content the moment you sign up, and I'm uploading every single week. As a matter of fact, I uploaded a video today. Just look at that list of moves, tricks, ideas that you're gonna get access to the moment you sign up. It doesn't end. As a matter of fact, I could stop talking completely, and the list is still gonna keep going. Just look. So check it out, the PigCake Magic Academy. The link is going to be below. Oh boy, I know I probably ended it prematurely there, but Instagram thoughts make me really happy. Instagram thoughts make me extraordinarily happy. Let's see, Fiddling Johnny says, hello everyone. Hope you and the legendary PigCake are doing well. Luckily for you, my friend, I am doing well, right? Nothing's going to stop me now. Let them say we're crazy. What do they know? Put your arms around me, baby. Don't ever let go. That's another. I keep using the same jokes, I've realized, especially looking at my old streams. I had a little bit of a dissociative moment yesterday watching my last video where I looked at myself and it was weird because I didn't recognize it as myself. Maybe it's because I trimmed my beard. But I didn't recognize it as myself. So I noticed that I had a little bit of a weird out-of-body experience looking at my own content. This is the same rum, by the way, that I bought. It's not the same bottle. That'd be ridiculous. But I do recall in 2020, me and Daniel went to a local Cuban restaurant, Versailles, on the election night because we thought that we were going to celebrate in rum. And it turned out to not be celebratory rum, but disappointment rum. And I thought I was going to be clever and get the ladies by going around and offering little cups of rum. Now, that didn't happen. That did not happen, my friends. So every time I have this rum, it reminds me of that particular incident. No malarkey. No fucking larkey. Let's see. Maybe they're watching The Price is Right. Gentlemen, do I have the numbers right? Said Wajah Ellington. I imagine you're still talking about the Cubans next door. He sold it for a pack of Chris Angel playing cards. I don't know what you're talking about there. Oh, my virginity. The disappearing finger trick is popular with the knife jugglers. That is true. Of course, Piggy does a bottom deal with his stink finger. Yes. No, it's not the stink finger. The stink finger is the pinky. Because it's 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink. We do have some topics, by the way. We do have some topics here. As you could see from the thumbnail, there's a story that's been a little bit popular as of late, which is this incident with cops. Now, I don't know if you guys have a cab on your profile. I personally have it tattooed on my neck. You can't see it because it's in the back of my neck. But that's how strongly I believe against cops. But here we have an article about it from the New York Post. And the New York Post's website is cancer. It's cancer, right? Look at that. There's ads everywhere. Videos start playing randomly that have nothing to do with the subject. But this is the shoddy. This is the shoddy. So allegedly, let's read the intro and see if the New York Post did their job. And summarized it well in the first paragraph. A small Tennessee police station has been rocked by allegations of wild sexual misconduct after a married female officer. Okay, that really threw me off there. Allegedly had steamy romps with 6 male officers, including illicit on-duty liaisons, according to reports. And this is the shoddy, right? Now, shoddy has a bigger forehead than I do, right? People are comparing her to the bunny from Zootopia, which subsequently caused a bunch of people to get to become zoophiles and want to bang animals. But her hairline goes back, G. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? N, words I can't say. Her hairline goes back, right? And that's coming from a guy with a really fucked hairline. She's not attractive by any means. Now, here's the thing, right? It's the same thing when you go to a bar and you are at a particular type of bar. Now, people around you are going to be more attractive by comparison. And in this case, I imagine in Wisconsin, not a lot of cops are going to be, on the fucking cover of a magazine, right? So, or Tennessee, rather. So you get what you get. And this is one that I think you get what you get. Now, let me rate her, right? Now, I got to put myself in the mindset of a police officer. I have to really think about this and think if I was a cop in, I already forgot the city. That's how irrelevant it is. Wisconsin? Tennessee. God damn it. I said the wrong one twice. If I was a cop in Tennessee and I see her, obviously this guy laid the pipe. I don't have to say why, but yeah, that definitely laid the pipe. Let's see. All right, let's take a big picture of her. You guys could see it up here. Oh. So at the precinct. At the precinct, I think she's a 6.8. Right? I think she's a 6.8 at the precinct. At any other place, she's probably, I don't know, maybe like a 5, like a 5.2. 5.2 for sure, scientifically. So you're not really getting much. But what you are getting is you are getting some. You are getting some. So this is absolutely everywhere, and people have been talking about this. Now, the thing is that they fired her. So they didn't fire the other cops. They didn't fire this guy. This guy looks like somebody doing blackface, by the way. I don't know if I'm incorrect in stating that, but it looks like somebody's doing blackface. That's the impression that I get looking at this individual. But he hit it, as did 6 people in her same department. And she's married. And the husband says, all right, no, I guess we'll work it out. We'll work it out. I don't know what to feel about that, to be honest. Working it out after 6 guys, right? I always say the joke, and I've said this a billion times. I apologize if you've heard me say this before, but you could be her, and you could come back home to me and say, hey, baby, listen, all right, I don't know what happened, but I 4 guys came in me and I don't know what to do, but I don't know if I'm pregnant for sure. And you're definitely not the father. And I'll be like, damn, baby, we could work this out. We could figure this out. You and I together, we could work this out. But if she comes home and she says, hey, buddy, Alejandro's funny. He said a joke and it made me laugh. Well, then, my dear, I'd love to see you on your Netflix documentary where they're covering your deceased remains, or their fuck. Well, my dear, I'd love to see you in that Netflix documentary you will be the subject of, where they find your fucking burned remains in a field somewhere because everyone's dying. That's my bit. Let's see here. Sorry. I know I skipped some comments. Magic Buzz says a peach emoji followed by about 1 billion dick emojis, or by dick emojis, I mean eggplant. Just look at that chick. I guarantee you that minute in the head is top tier. Well, that's the thing, man. In my experience, you know what I'm saying? I find that the ones that aren't the best looking, and this is coming from a guy that looks like me, by the way, are the funnest. They're the ones that are most exciting. And the ones that are the most attractive are pillow princesses. And just lay there. And the joke that I've kept saying 1 billion times is they're one of these. Right? That's it. That's all they give you. Whereas the ones that feel like you're giving them a chance, they're like, fuck me. I'm like, all right. Okay. I guess this is what we're doing today.
In that, it was done.
I guess something happened on Patreon. I forgot that I had notifications on, but somebody joined the Academy, and I appreciate it. Dave, I appreciate it, Dave, if you're watching the stream. You joined the Academy. Hope you enjoy it, my dude. Hope you enjoy it, because it's definitely what I spend the most time on in my life. People go bald. She's one of them. That's about it. That's true. And again, coming from this guy, look at that guy. Right, I'm pretty fucked myself, but I'm not going to cut my hair. Don't worry about that. I played around with the beard, but my hair's going to remain long, so don't worry about that. Oh, there you go. I don't know if you could hear that, but the horn's going on again. Oh, could somebody tell me what the number is to the organization? What's the number to the organization. Now the beep is going faster. I don't know if you guys could hear that, right? The car alarm. By the way, there's like 30 cars parked in front of their house. I don't know how they could afford it. Maybe it's all the money they save because there's 21 people in the house. So I imagine they're probably paying maybe $300 each for rent. So, bitch could write a 3-page essay on that thing. You guys are talking about her forehead. I'm also streaming on Twitch, by the way, which I'm not going to do anymore. This is how you know that my Twitch is essentially dead, as is my YouTube channel, when the only ad that I get or the only comment that I get is from a bot. That's when you know. PigCake is still a big fan of the sign he put outside of his Minecraft house. That's a reference to a fairly, racially motivated joke that I made when I was playing Minecraft. Are we sure she is the correct pronoun? Eric Trainer says, if only we had Max Maven around to draw that hairline in. Damn. You're going to get I'm going to pin you. I'm going to pin you of glory because that was good. It's virgin-y and it's topical because obviously her hairline resembles that of the deceased Max Maven. Would you ever get with a cop? Yes, I would love to get with a cop. I've seen a bunch of very attractive, shoddy cops. As a matter of fact, I saw one yesterday on the way to CVS Pharmacy, EMAS, the same one that I had a anxiety attack in that I thought was a heart attack. Passing by there's a Starbucks, and inside I made eye contact with probably one of the hottest cops I've ever seen in my life. I wanted to go up to her and be like, yo, arrest me. Come on, man, arrest me. Yo, take me to jail, girl. You know, like the brothers do. I don't think that would work. Pepsi Addict says, PigCake, is it bad that when I saw the female cop in the thumbnail, I just assumed that she shot someone instead of tasing? I'm going to keep my opinion to myself, but yes, brother. Yes. I don't know, man. That guy looks like a bald, darker Daniel. Right? Somewhat. I guess it might be the beard. I was with Daniel recently at that bar that I mentioned before, Earl's Diner, or Earl's Hideaway, and which is going to become my favorite bar of all time. I'm going to go there often. But that place in particular, there was an old leathery-faced lady that somehow got our attention because Daniel was wearing a shirt that said Miami, and she goes, I'm from Miami. And she was next to a guy that I could only imagine as a cuck, right? I'm not saying that in the traditional, oh, look at PigCake, he's a cuck, right? Are you gonna say that? Fuck. He's a cuck. What are you gonna vote for Trump next, right? But no, he's literally a cuck because this leathery skinned old bag was next to him, and they were kind of like touchy, and then she starts fooling around with other old guys around the bar, and then she starts screaming at him, going, fuck you. So then, it lets me to believe that this man is being cucked by this old leathery bag, and at this bar, this lady kept screaming at us, and I think I put it on my Instagram. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I put it on one of my stories, Daniel talking to this old lady. And at some point, the guy comes around and he goes, hey, man, yayo, which yayo is a street term for cocaine, right? So he kept saying, hey, man, you got that yayo? I'm like, no, I don't have cocaine on me, my friend. I'm sure you could find it very easily in this biker bar, however. And she comes around and she says something very derogatory that I will not repeat here, but she goes, hey, don't talk to him. He's a he's a hard F, right? He's a hard F. And she goes, he'll buy your ass. He'll pay for your ass. And I realized that when he was wearing I believe a Skymaster Rolex, and we saw him outside driving a Corvette, a new Corvette. So he could technically buy my ass. So that's the type of clientele in this particular bar, and it was a fun one, and I cannot wait to go. Funnily enough, the very attractive bartender told us, she's like, hey, do you want me to kick her out? Because last week she punched somebody in the face. Let me tell you something. Man, let me tell you something right now, guys. Let me take a sip before I mention this. Now, I'm not a fan, right, of being any sort of violent towards women right? I'm not a fan of that. Anytime there's a push for these intergender boxing matches, I vote no on that. I'm like, no, thank you. I don't want this, right? I subscribe to the rule set by a certain individual that I can't mention here on YouTube, but he mentions that you could hit a woman when she's hit you 20 times. I believe he says 12 times, but 20 times. If she hits you, maybe you could hit her back, right? Because equal rights, equal fights, right? If this old leathery bag of skin would have put her fist on my face in what she calls a punch, and I would have called a mosquito bite, there would have been compilations of different camera angles of the German suplex that I would have given this bitch. All right. And I say that as a type of person that doesn't condone any sort of action against women. I think that they could punch you infinite times and you shouldn't hit them back. But just the way this dumb Bud Light scented bitch was talking to us and screaming across the bar, ruining what would have been a nice experience.
That,
Dylan,
was done.
Look at that. Another one. Thank you, Brad Christian. And thank you as well to Dylan, who just became a member of a piggybacker, the piggybacker side. Right, there you go. Dropping some hot stacks. Here's how, by the way, before I finish off the story here, I'm retarded when it comes to the patron side of things, because I've realized for $1 you get like 500 videos that you get access to. So I don't know if that's a bonus or incentive. Maybe I should have increased that, right? And maybe made that $2. Doubled my money. No, you get access to, I believe, 500 videos on that side of things, because I'm financially and businessly retarded. So that's my rant on that. But this lady would have gotten German suplex through the earth. And I would have had to explain to the nice cop that I was defending myself because I thought this woman was going to put my life in danger. So that's that lady. Let's see. A bunch of comments deleted by Top Notch. I feel like Top Notch is out here abusing his power as a moderator. Let's see. Shakedown, breakdown, takedown. Everybody wants everyone wants into the crowded light breakdown. Takedown, you're busted. I don't know what that song is. Let's see what these Alejandro messages are that Top Notch blocked. There are a bunch of emojis. Yeah, that's acceptable that you deleted those messages, Top Notch. That's acceptable. It's a bunch of what I would consider to be terrible emojis. So good for you for blocking that. Fiddlin' Johnny says, PigCake, I hear they're hiring at the Tennessee Police Department. Would you consider applying there in order to lose your virginity? Well, judging by the individuals that work there, no, I would not like to lose my virginity, especially to this guy. I hate how much I have to do in order to do this stupid meme or bit. But no, I would not like to apply because I don't want to lose my virginity from the Tennessee Police Department, from this guy. So thank you for that. But no. Let's see here. Yo, Piggy, are you going to open up a Discord call? I don't have Discord open on this one with all the right settings. So no, not this one, but maybe the next one. Maybe the next one I'll open it up, which sounds like a clusterfuck. I can't wait till people call me and just say the N-word and then hang up. I hate that I had to say the N-word for YouTube, but you know what I mean. Let's see. I spoiled the joke and then felt bad about it because it's a good joke, so I removed it. So I don't know what. Yeah, open the Discord. I don't know what joke you're referring to. Top Notch does say that she always got her eye on the new dude on the side, it seems. So you're referring to the fact that she's potentially scoping out new targets for her vagina, which I imagine is probably pretty used. Let's go through here. Waja Ellington says, it's a double standard. If you ask me, a lady bangs all the guys in a force and she's called a whore and she's slut-shamed. But if a guy does it, suddenly he's a homosexual and gets a parade.
Be better.
What fuck?
Okay, let's go.
You deserve a let's go. Piggy only has experiences with men and trans women. I'm skipping that. Is that your Uber honkin'? No, unfortunately, as I mentioned before, it is the Cuban neighbors. And then Top Notch puts in a phone number. I don't know if that's your phone number, but You're putting it here on the chat, which is great. Let's go here. PigCake Bar and Grill. Let's make it happen. I would only do that if I was a cop and I had a cop pension. And then I would open up a bar when I retire. But unfortunately, my pension is nothing. I was mentioning yesterday at the same bar that I frequent to my friend that my previous legitimate employer, I only signed up for all the benefits and the insurance and the 401k about 3 months before I got fired. So I really wasted an opportunity there. Yayo was popularized by Tony Montana. Manel says, so that was a pimp. So that was a pimp. Red Dead says, Piggy, damn it, you could have done a watch deal for the Rolex. Yeah, but he had it's the oyster bracelet. So I can't steal, if it was maybe a rubber bracelet and I could do some stupid trick, and he was drunk as fuck too. So maybe I could have gotten away with it, but he had Jubilee. He had a Jubilee bracelet, so I couldn't take it. Make a tier list for offensive words. I don't think YouTube would allow that, unfortunately. Maybe if I ever get my Rumble page to 100 subscribers, I might do that on Rumble. I'm sorry, if she swings 3 times and I slip all the punches, I get a free right hook. Maybe that's you, man. But me, as a man with... actually, no, I do have Arab blood in me, which that's allowable. I still wouldn't do it. Manel says, we're still waiting on Piggy X Jabrizi match. I sent him a DM because I believe his mother passed away. So I said, I'm sorry. I said some stuff. And he responded, which is nice of him. So I don't think we're going to fight anytime soon. Top Notch says, that dude looks like a white dude dressed up as Jesse Lee Peterson. That is exactly it. I think you nailed it 100%. Opinions on Cigar Tate Man. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Tate. I believe that the story that was stretched about him was human trafficking, but really was money laundering. And it was done by a woman that has a history of posting misinformed tweets, to say the least. So she also was the only person that could be traced with all the sources that he was caught because he had a pizza box. Could you imagine how stupid you have to be to run this story? He had a little back and forth with Greta Thunberg, Andrew Tate, and he made a video in response to one of her tweets, which I thought was dumb. Why are you inciting this stupid person to begin with? But he had a pizza box that was a Romanian pizza brand. And people said, or one person in particular, a retard, said, hey, they caught him because they recognized that the pizza box was the same as his country. So the cops hone in, as if his address is not public, as if you can't find his house. Like the police would have a hard time. So they had to look at a video he posted on social media and then go, oh, let me triangulate the fact that he's in Romania because he has a Romanian. That is the dumbest thing. But people ate it and they still reported it. But I'm a fan. I'm a fan of his. Read my comment, please, says Iker. I don't know which comment you're referring to. PigCake, how many inches is your dick? I don't know. I haven't measured it in a while. I haven't compared it to like the soap bottle in my bathroom. But it's I've been told it's good for my height, whatever that means, or bigger for my height, but it's not great. It's not immense, but it's how you use it, my friend. It's how you use it, which, by the way, is the most a short dick thing you could say. But I do believe that it's true because I have heard stories from women where they had partners that had, substantially elongated dongs. Sorry to be so jargony and speak scientifically, but they had quite elongated panasia. And they said that it was not an enjoyable time because they didn't know how to use it. But they had better times with other more regularly endowed individuals. Top Notch is a really good mod. Well, I've had other mods that I would probably reconsider now if I had a time machine. Let's see here. Thanks, Top Notch. Oddly enough, I would randomly think about you when I was puking up bio all night. I would tell myself, if he could do it, I could do it. Definitely true, Corn Pop, if you're referring to, issues that you have when you stop doing a thing. And I hope that you did stop doing that thing. Let's see how we could do this. Piggy's not allowed on planes, not because he's an Arab man, but because magicians smell like cellophane and coins. That is true. Unfortunately, you can't shake the smell of cellophane, coins, and dried cum. Those are things that I'm sure you're going to experience in any magic convention that you go to. Let's see here. Kai the Hitchhiker got sentenced on his appeal and lost. He gets out in 2060. I don't know what he did. I do recall that. Tate has a good point, but overall, he's a very materialistic way of living, which personally I don't think is a way to live. That's true. That's true. Unfortunately, I think that it's that sort of character that really makes him a divisive one. But if you really listen to what he's doing, he's not really doing anything terribly bad. Granted, you could say, certain things are misogynistic. I hate to use that word. But I think overall, the things that he's saying are decent things. Work out, work on yourself, make money. Right? What's bad about that? Meanwhile, for every one Tate, there's about 37 Kates on TikTok, right? That are saying, yo, what you got to do is that you got to use the man. You got to use the man, find a man that's rich and use him and marry him. And you have all these dumb broads telling you to essentially become basketball wives. So, unfortunately, that is a thing. But no, I agree. Yeah, the materialistic things aren't really a great thing for him to be pushing. And I do think that's the only thing I disagree on. But the rest is pretty much good. I could tell from how he's talking that it's about 6.3 inches long, but also substantially girthy. I did find a picture, by the way. I did find a picture of it the other day. I've sent probably 3 pictures of it in my life, right, to partners and, another person. And they weren't great pictures. They weren't great. So I'll leave it at that. There are a couple more topics here. There are TikTok videos that I wanted to go over. I know TikTok is the worst thing to happen to humanity, but unfortunately, I can't think of a better aggregate of content than TikTok. So there are a couple here that I wanted to go, and I actually have the order that I want to go through them here on the show notes that, believe it or not, I actually have for the show. I actually have show notes. I'm a little bit prepared. Open the email Alejandro and I sent. Let's see the email that Alejandro and you sent. I did get an email notification, which is terrible because I get so many in a day. Let's see if I could find yours. Nope. That's my porn email that I use only for Bang Bros. I don't have any email from you. Did you email PigCake with 1 E? Because my email is pigcake with 2 E's at gmail.com. So you probably emailed the wrong PigCake. Let's see. What if I'm a non-liquid person and all my assets are tied into real estate and such and not Bugattis and yacht? Right? That's another one that I feel he pushes, and it's kind of a dumb waste of money, which is, why buy dumb cars? I don't know how many friends I have that are like, oh, I wouldn't mind paying like $600 for a car. What? A month for a car? That's more than people's mortgages. Oh, you got a good deal on a car? You're paying $1,000 a month? Wow, you really ripped them off. They're really hurting. They're really hurting. You fuck. God, but to each their own. So yeah, you did not send that right email. But let me see if this is the right one. I should have maybe put them in order. Oh, yeah, this is... Sometimes I'll do this. Oh, God, I already saw this TikTok, and it's making my blood fucking boil. This one is one that makes my blood boil not as much. Let's see if I could show you guys what I'm talking about, if I could zoom in. It's a picture, right? It's a picture. And it gets me upset because this is a topic I've talked about recently. And I hate it. I hate it because it doesn't exist. Not to spoil it, but let's go to it. So this is a picture, right? It's a TikTok, but they put a picture there and they put a stupid song. And it goes, I still can't get over the fact that the Justice League exists in the Arkhamverse. And it goes, did you know on Earth 167, the Smallville universe, by the time Clark was 32 years old, already defeated Doomsday, Zoo, Brainiac, and Lex Luthor. He became Superman and led the Justice League, married Lois Lane, and became the father twice. He just met Lois Lane and 2 other Clark Kents and gave up his abilities. Did you know that? Did you guys know that? I didn't know that. I still can't get over the fact that the Justice League exists in the Arkhamverse. I can't get over it. I can't get over it myself because I didn't know that piece of information. Is that going to be on a fucking SAT test? Huh? Daily nerdism? Nerdism? Is that going to be talked about in the history books? Well, I can't get over the fact that the Justice League exerts in the fucking Arkhamverse, all these made up words. God, fuck. I talked about that in a previous stream. I mentioned that I hate when people go, whoa, you're not going to believe this. But did you know that in Toy Story, if you think about it, if Andy's watching this television show, so that means that he's part of this universe. No, he's not, because it doesn't exist. It's not real. So did you know that on Earth, Smallville universe, that's not a thing. That's not a real thing. I still can't get over the fact that the Justice League exists in the Arkhamverse. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It doesn't exist because it's not a real thing. I almost threw my fucking glass at the wall. Same thing with Marvel Adults. I did a video on this channel, shuffling cards. I thought I had a good format, but I don't think the PigCake community thought so. But it was a good video, I thought. On so hold up, I had a threesome with these tequeños. It was quite pleasant and juicy, and afterwards I got this cool tattoo. Mario becomes Yoshi. So this is a tattoo. It's very well done. I don't know if you could see it, but it is a Mario being ridden by a Yoshi, and Mario's in skin tone. So Mario has his skin tone, which just makes it weird. Now, and tequeños, which are about the size of my penis. So this is what you wanted me to look up on the stream. You wanted me to look this up on the stream. I think Stephen Wonderbrooks New Year's edition said it best. Your channel sucks, and my channel sucks because of that. But I do appreciate the email and the fact that you had to send it twice. But that Superman bit just got me so aggravated because it's like, did you know that Spider-Man really exists because of the multiverse? He exists in real life because the multiverse happens to be real, because if all the universes and possibilities exist, there's a possibility that Spider-Man is actually, playing a movie. And he's also fucking gay. He's also gay. So, come on. Come on, guys. Imagine having less than 30K in your bank accounts combined and getting pressed over some glorified cartoon. God damn it. Yeah, top notch. You get the pin. Not only you mod, but you also get the replaced pin message. So I'm going to replace the pin message with yours because that made me giggle quite heartily. Let's see here. Let's go back and see some comments. Pigverse, have Piggy build a dolphin or something. Did you ever play the Arkham games? Says Manel. I have not. I've heard they're good, but I don't like playing games. I played Diablo recently. That shows you my level of virginity. But that's it. I'll play like a game once a year, and then that's it. And mine was Diablo. I played Diablo 2 and 3, and I beat the shit out of them. Let's see here. Lee Sharp says, idea, start doing puzzle videos. But instead of puzzles, just take apart regular everyday items. Right? Piggy should do puzzle videos, but only those cheap 100-piece jigsaw puzzles from the dollar store. Well, I attempted to do a couple on the channel, and I hated it. It was awful. I didn't have a good time. And also, they're expensive, and I'm cheap. So let's see this one. This is another one, by the way. Let me see if I could go to this one. This is another popular video that has made its way through the, I guess, Twitter. I don't know what just happened, but that was not something I intended. I apologize. Let's go here. These are getting popular. These are slap fights. And people are dumb. Because what they do is that they stand in front of each other, as you could see here, and they take turns slapping each other as hard as they humanly can. Is this a video? Nope. It's not a video. I was lied to. Thank you for having the worst website. This website reminds me of AIDS. If I scroll down, will I find the video? Thank you. It only took scrolling down to find the fucking video. So let me show you guys what this looks like. It's as bad as it looks. I have to imagine concussions are part and parcel of the actual process. But here's what this video looks like that is spreading around. That's great. Wow, isn't that wonderful? All right, so let's scientifically break this down for a second here. If you notice, there's a wind-up right? There's a lot of wind up that takes place. I don't know if you guys are familiar with punching, but it doesn't come from your arm. It comes from your hips. It comes from your legs, the rotation, right? So Homeboy's getting a nice rotation here. Let me see if I could actually load this correctly. Thank you, T-Mobile Internet. I don't know why this is loading like I fuck, but let me see if I could actually go back here. Let me see if I could refresh this. My goodness. It might be that it's loading all the ads in the background as opposed to the actual fucking video in question. Is this it? My goodness. No, it's not it. So you can see, right? And it goes without saying, his face is fucked. Right? He says, oh, I can't feel, I don't remember math. I speak the language. He's saying, oh, I can't remember math. What's my mom's name? And for some reason, Chris Benoit from WWE's theme is playing in his head right now. What's the point of this, right? At least in UFC, you could block, you could defend yourself. In boxing, you know, you could block, again, different things to do. In this, you have to essentially put your fucking hands behind your back and put your chin up. And just put your chin out, right? And just get hit. What's the... Yeah, that guy's fucked. That's long term. That's not going to be a short term thing. Look at that. We're retarded. We deserve COVID. We deserve all the COVID. That's making its way around, and I hate to even show you guys that because I just feel dumb even watching it. I hate that I gave it a view. I hate that somehow Dana White bought a fucking company. He bought a slap fucking fight company. It's the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my entire life. Martial arts are fun. Boxing for the streets. BJJ for the sheets. Yeah, it's good when you get a girl in an omoplata. Right, that's when you know that you really mean business. You're showing her that you just gotta fucking, you know, get her in that fucking loco plata. Not even omoplata, loco plata. Look that shit up. Hungry and Hungover says the irony is that Dana White's slap league, and he just got caught in 4K slapping his wife. That's true. Maybe that was advertisement. Yo, Greta Thunberg or Superman? Well, Greta Thunberg has a vagina, right? She has a vagina. So, obviously her. Although, objectively, I believe Superman in Smallville is more attractive. What's his name? Tom Welling is definitely way more attractive than she is. But he doesn't have a vagina. So, I mean, I have to go with what has a vagina. And I'd light stream it. This is the dumbest sport in the world. The whole side of his face is swollen. It's not only swollen, but it's like bone damage. I feel like that's what happens when you're fucking damaged and it's inflating. And it's going to become as hard as a bone. He's essentially, somebody mentioned it, had cauliflower face. So if he doesn't get that drained, I'm sure it's probably going to stay that way permanently. Slap battle, PigCake versus your Cuban neighbors, where they're mostly old, so I'm sure I'd win that battle. Look at the store I visited in Tampa, and I've just taken advantage of that. It says Rafiki Exchange, handcrafted from impoverished African women. I'm going to keep my opinion on that to myself. But thank you for that email, Iker. And I regret opening it immediately. You could get brain damage. Brain damage. I think I've gotten brain damage before. From bumping a soccer ball like how soccer players do. Imagine how bad these guys have it. That is true. Yes. I never liked that aspect of, oh, let me just hit the fucking ball with my head. And then what? Crunch my top tooth into my fucking bottom tooth? Yeah, great. Good job. Loading like PigCake fucks, so not at all. I'm going to fucking delete that, Red Dead. I'm going to delete that comment. I can't delete the comment without removing you. So you got lucky. The highest they get paid is $20,000. I don't think I'd do that for 20K. I wouldn't let somebody slap me for 20K because immediately I know that I'm getting knocked out, right? Speaking of getting knocked out, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do to this video. I've had an entire video dedicated to this. This is the closest thing to magic you're going to find on this stream. It's a performance art. I've gone to enough raves and EDM shows and concerts where you see that these guys are commonplace. You see them at every single fucking concert. And it bothers me because they're just there trying to get as much attention as possible. Ugh. And what I didn't know is that much like cardistry, there are terms, right? Much like doing card flourishes, they have ways that they call their movements. They have names for them. Watch this. Absolute fucking virgin describe how he links together these movements with his light up gloves. Fuck, I'm upset just thinking about it.
I'll liquid, right? And then I'll just liquid to the top, like elongate the liquid to the top like this. And then from the top, I'll create like a grid, okay? Like a falling grid where I'll go down, left, down, right, down, left, in. So I'll liquid and then start doing my connections in that little grid that I had traced and then come towards me, right? Elongate the liquid to make them physically look over there, right? And boom, and then I'll follow that grid line that I just created.
Just did.
Yeah.
Oh. Remember that time PigCake did a live stream when he just played the fucking car crash after he had a fucking finger juggler talk about liquid and how he links liquid in gloving. Here's a trick I do in gloving. DM me for lessons. I'm going to DM you a picture of the inside of my fucking asshole. Let's see what the comments
Sometimes
say.
I'll do this. I'll liquid.
Sometimes I'll do this. Can somebody explain gloving? Because it sounds like a category on Pornhub. I'm reading the comments, by the way. I know you can't see them. Do this on O-Block. And then he says, with the gloves on? Fuck. Sign language, but even harder. Bro's just chatting. Someone says, too political. That's funny. I hate that he's fucking responding to all of these, with cute little messages. Let me show you what I'm looking at. But he's responding to all of these with cute little messages. He's passionate about something so unique. And then it's like, oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you're right. Fuck you. This makes me irrationally upset. Bro got the Donnie Darko stare. The passion is beautiful. No, it's not fucking beautiful. I have no clue what's going on, but I see the passion. That's not what fucking matters. This is stupid. It's a waste of time, right? You're a professional tutter. And this coming from a professional magician. Elongate the liquid. I elongate the liquid. Jesus fucking Christ. I can't tell you how much I hate these fucking people. They're in every single fucking concert that you go to. I went to a 1975 concert. They were part of a festival that I went to. And you still have one of these dudes doing the finger tutting with the lights on. And you see some dumb bitch on GHB just like this. Just looking at his fucking dumb fingers while this guy apparently maybe watched this guy's tutorials on how to elongate the liquid. I just elongate the liquid. Wow. Whoa. I didn't know that was the solution to all my life's problems. Elongating the liquids. That's all it took. Elongating the liquid. Hey, doctor, maybe I wasn't elongating my liquids. Oh, what's a liquid? Maybe it's this. It's this right here. That's a liquid. Go fuck yourself. What's this guy's fucking channel? Infinite Puppet. Do I have more fucking... See how many people. 12,000 followers. I'm glad that I have more fucking followers than he does on TikTok. Because he's out here doing fucking liquid. Jesus. Look at how irrationally... And the homeboy right here is just like, oh, cool. This guy right here. Oh, cool, man. I just elongate the liquid?
Sometimes I'll do this. I'll liquid, right? And then I'll just liquid to the top. Like elongate the liquid to the top like this.
Oh.
And then from the top, I'll create like a grid. Okay, like a falling grid.
I'll create a grid, and then people just go, whoa, and I get their attention. Not one fucking sentence was said. Not one legitimate sentence was said. This is just Valley Girl speak. Not only is it combining fucking the two things that I hate the most, which is upspeak, right? Valley Girl talk from fucking California, but also he's combining it with finger tutting with light gloves on. God, I hate this.
down, right, down, left, in. So like I'll like liquid and then start doing my connections in that little grid.
Go fuck yourself. I'm done with that. That's just getting me irrationally upset. Oh, God, I can't tell you how much I hate those fucking light up guys. They just get me, they get my blood boiling whenever I go to these festivals and they're just there doing their little stupid moves. One that I've seen, which is actually kind of cool, is now they've actually done there's a trick where a cane levitates, right? And you see people doing it. It kind of looks cool with the lights. I'll give you that. And usually it's like a hot chick doing it. So I'll just be like, wow, look at that. She's dressed up in a skimpy outfit and she's doing like a magic trick. It's kind of hot. It's not hot that she's doing a magic trick, but you know, there's some element of coolness there because the cane is floating in front of her. You have this guy that brought his fucking light on gloves to the festival, you fuck. You had to bring them there. You had to charge them. And you're there trying to get essentially the attention of girls that are under GHB. That's it. That's your demographic. It's girls that are fucking under GHB. Oh, let's see the comments here. More car crashes, please. Please email me a picture of your asshole. Please email me a picture of your asshole. That's great. Your channel made me Islamophobic. Is that because you see this face and you go, yeah, I don't like them anymore? Let's see. More car crashes, please. Remember that live stream when PigCake was talking about asking for a pen from his Ebonics English teacher when he fell in a hole, dying and losing all of his progress and died? I was talking about a pin. From this fucking dumb idiot that I took her class as a requirement to become a teacher. And she kept saying, put a pin in that. Put a pin in it. And I didn't understand what she was fucking saying until years later where I heard somebody say, hey, put a pin in that. And I go, oh, that's what this dumb cunt was saying. And this lady, every time you asked her a question, she'll go, put a pin in it. And she would never get back to it. And she would assign hour and a half works after the class was over. So essentially, or not as the class was over, but rather when the class had 15 minutes left, she would assign you work that would take minimum an hour to finish. And this was a class that started at 5 p.m. and ended at 10:30 p.m. So she would give you this work maybe at 9:45, 9:50, at 10. She would give you this fucking assignment. And you just be there like, huh? I'm supposed to research all this shit? Where was ChatGPT back then? I remember that time when PigCake removed his facial hair. Man, that shit was crazy. He did a stream car crashing a dude with a skinny glove. Kids these days are wowed by a water bottle that lands upright. Yes, you are right. That is essentially what it takes to wow a person under the age of 20 these days. PigCake reviewing and commenting on social media posts is what God does with your liberal thoughts and desires. One thing that I've noticed is that some friends that happen to get my shit on TikTok, they keep saying, hey, I see your comment, because I tend to comment on TikTok, and sometimes it's an argumentative comment with retarded people, and you see that, which is kind of funny. So if you look hard enough on TikTok, I'm sure you could find me arguing with retarded liberal. I missed the live stream era where he wore the balaclava and had to hide it from anyone around, so I didn't think I was being radicalized. That's great. Yes. Unfortunately, that was a period where my face would get hot and warm unnecessarily, and I'm glad that I no longer do that. Then he does the beta switch, and it's no longer his finger she's looking at. That's true. It's the trunk of his car that he borrowed from his mom. So, PigCake, want to know the secret? That's me. I'm the liquid. Reconnection successful. Did it disconnect? Am I live? Are we live? Let's see. I'm doing a Penn and Teller now. That's true. It's the trunk of his car that he borrowed from his... Okay, yeah, that's relatively live. Are we live? Yeah, that's a Penn and Teller reference. Piggy, what are your thoughts on Spidey? I think he's great. I think his stuff is funny. Not funny, sorry. I've drank quite a little bit. I think that his presentations are compelling, and he's very creative. Although I did send him a video that I wanted to collab on him with, and he denied. So there is that, but I do like him. You mean Levy wand originated from the dancing cane? Yes, they do the levitation wand, but they do it with the cane. I missed the ham radio streams where Piggy wore that pink mask and it made him look like a dog dick. That is true because I would drink through the mask, which was a mistake, right? However, it looked funny. It looked funny. Let's see. The light gloves are like interpretive dance for out of shape antisocial people. Yeah, that's exactly it. Especially with all the movements that they do. And now I hate that I learned that they have fucking names. The eastern plains of South Sudan should elongate their liquid, Lamau. Starvation be like, says Top Notch. That's hysterical. And that's getting the pin of glory. I haven't had any pin of shames in this stream. Usually in these live streams, traditionally there's one person that gets a pin of shame and nobody's deserved it. By the way, this is the portion of the stream where I look through comments. I don't know if I've made that clear here. I need to make a little thing, an outro or whatever the fuck. But this is when I look through the comments. I know that I look through the comments mostly throughout the stream. But I've exhausted all my topics that I actually wanted to go through for this particular stream. Slap Guys, Superman, Bit, Hand Light Guys, Cop Gangbang. And a bunch of other stuff, right? That's the other stuff. And here is, I guess, the next video that I'm going to do, which is must-read magic books. Must-read magic books. How gay is that? Let me look through these comments and try it as best as I can not to say Iker says, put a pin in her. Nope. She was ancient and not my type. And I'm not just saying that because she was black. I'm saying that because she was old and ugly and a dumb cunt. But I'm sure she was making good money just fucking being a teacher for that time period. The class was 2 times a week from 5 to 10:30. Drove me nuts because I'd come back home at 11 after working all day and having to deal with this cunt that say, oh, I understand that you guys have lives and you have things to go to, but, you know, we got to finish this class up. And no, you didn't care about lives outside of the fucking class, especially when you're assigning work that's going to last, I don't know, maybe an hour after the end of class, and you have to stay with people, and you have to work with them. Everyone wants to do group work. Ugh. They do group work, by the way. Here's a secret. You do group work because it allows people to interact, right? So if somebody comes in, people are interacting, so it looks like they're busy, and you have less work to grade. That's the secret of group work. Manel says, we're alive. Unfortunately, that's true. I don't know why my OBS disconnected there. I thought it was Bill O'Reilly thing. We'll do it live. True, but it was more of a Penn and Teller reference. Opinion on the word community. Man, I hate community. XXX community. That is true, right? And people tend to say that. Like, oh, yeah, I just think this community needs to do better. And it's, what do you mean community? You're probably talking about 3 people and 3 tweets that you saw that go against whatever it is that you believe. And somehow that becomes what the community believes. Ugh. So, yes, I agree. I hate that. Speaking of, Iker says, opinion on the gay community. I love the gays. All right? I'm a gay. I'm about to go to the store and ask Abdu to grab me a bottle of Tennessee honey. You want anything? I love Tennessee honey. Unfortunately, what I have here is a spiced rum. And again, this ties into my cheapness. I'm very cheap, which is why I'm considering not going to Blackpool this year. I really don't feel like dropping that hot load. Last year, Illusion has covered everything, but this year I'm going to have to stomach it. And I have a heavy medical bill. And I'm sure I'm going to have to take my bike to the shop. So I'm considering Blackpool, reconsidering Blackpool. But my cheapness also ties into my liquor. This was $20 for a liter of rum. I could have gotten Captain Morgan. Captain Morgan was $28 for a liter of rum. So there you go. And it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the difference between a hot dog bun and a piece of bread. Just fold the bread and you have a hot dog bun. Stupid. What's your stance on eugenics? I do recall that was probably your first comment ever on my channel. I do appreciate the memories there. Stop ignoring me. And Iker, you fat cunt. I haven't ignored you. As a matter of fact, I just answered Iker's question. Let's go through here. I think it's time for another meme review on your Reddit. It's been like 4 years. Yeah, but the PigCake community, as is the Magic community, is incapable of making funny memes. I know that was on ham radio with Daniel, where you could show this to Daniel and he'll find it funny. Oh, look, it's a light. And he'll be like, oh, whoa, how'd you do that? So it really wasn't much to impress Daniel. And Daniel culled all the memes that the PigCake community made, and they were retarded. I believe on my Instagram I have a whole rant because at some point the magic meme community hated me because I said that they made terrible memes, which is true. You can't make funny magic memes. They all suck because they're topical. They're limited by the fact that they have to be magic related. So I made some videos talking about how shitty magic memes were, and I found out that they had a hidden group chat that they wanted to come back at me and make all these memes. But here's the thing. You can't meme a meme. I'm a meme, motherfucker. So you can't meme me, right? They thought that they were going to meme me into stopping bullying them. But no, that didn't happen. So I put a video on my Instagram, and that was quite a funny back and forth. And now where's the magic meme community? Huh? Where are they? Fuck. Dylan McNish says gambling sleight of hand by Steve Forte should be in the book video. Yes, it would be if I wasn't a more of a virgin. But these are basic. These are pretty basic books, and they're more generalized. That's very specific. These are very generalized books that are must reads, right? That I believe is very specific if you are into gambling sleight of hand. These are more broad appeal. So I think that that's where I'm keeping the list. Piggy, recommend a magic book which is not Art of Astonishment or Royal Road. Well, I don't like Royal Road, and Art of Astonishment is probably one of the best magic books. But you know what? We'll do The Magic Book by Harry Lorraine. That's a great one. Read that, cunt. Talk about how masturbating is like 9/11. You're, of course, referencing to my stand-up set, which I haven't done yet. But I believe that you could just watch my previous live stream where I talk about my stand-up set. Let's go through here, too. El Chapo's son was arrested. Dude had an escape tunnel under his bathtub. Yes, and I believe that they're still fucking having issues over there. I don't understand how Mexico runs as a country when each individual states, I don't know what they call them, right? But in Spain, they're provincias, right? They're ran by gang members. They're ran by the gangs that happen to own that fucking territory. So I don't understand why they even decide to consider themselves a country when they're just ran. It's like anarchy. They're ran by individual warlords, essentially, and whatever warlord happens to be part of that territory. And again, another part as to why I don't understand people go there for vacation. Granted, yes, you can go to certain places and it is relatively safe. But if all it takes is arresting somebody, a criminal son, and your entire country is fucking shat, I don't want to go there. I'm going to avoid that as best I can. Piggy, is there a card slide that you always want to do but can never perform? Me, it's the Top Shot. Top Shot's not too hard. Let's see if I can do it with these fat cards. There you go. Right? I did it. But Raise Rise, maybe. That's because I did it for maybe a week. I practiced it, and then I did not continue my practice on that particular move. But that's a fun one. I'd love to get that down because it looks cool. And it also lets other magicians know that you have a bigger magic cock than they do. You have a smaller person cock, but you have a bigger magic cock by being able to do that particular move. So there's that. Let's see. Gay by chance, you get no pussy, so you become gay, says Iker. Thank you for that. One of the cards coming relatively soon. I have some other picks to take. I'm waiting on the prototypes because as RB Photoshop mentioned, these cards don't have pips, right? They don't have pips. So if you notice, you can't see them from afar, but they don't have the little pips on the bottom. Right, so I added those, and I also made the shape of them copacetic. On these prototypes, the shapes were inconsistent, so I made all the shapes. Caesar, my designer, made them copacetic, and also I do believe some coloring stuff that he took care of. So I'm going to print those out and then finish the photo shoot of the front of the cards in their final form, and then I'm going to launch the Kickstarter. But luckily, I do have a means of communication with both Cardamundi and the playing card company, United States Playing Card Company. I do have some emails with them, so it's not going to be hard once I get the Kickstarter to get the ball rolling. So that's going to be fun. PigCake, what are your thoughts on Hialeah Pig Meat House? I don't know anything of Hialeah Pig Meat House. However, Hialeah itself is a clusterfuck. You never want to go there. Everybody drives straight piped cars. They're Honda Civics from 2005 with spoilers on them that somehow people think is going to get them vagina. But no, all it's going to get you is a citation for noise pollution, you fuck. So that's essentially all of Hialeah down here in the 305. Go through these. I miss Danny. Sad face, won't use emojis. I want to get him on streams, but he's too busy working his day job in real estate. So he's hard to track down, which is bullshit because I was waiting on bringing back ham radio on him because he's like, oh yeah, I'm just waiting. I was waiting on him. I had everything set up. All of this is obviously set up, but I was waiting on him and he's like, oh man, sorry, I got busy. So blame Daniel. It's like Opie and Anthony. Daniel's Opie. I'm Anthony. I'm the cool one, right? Daniel's Opie, the unfunny, fucking dumb one. Popov is actually some all right cheap vodka. I just a plastic bottle instead of a glass. Pour Popov in a glass bottle and see if anyone notices. You see, if there's one thing that I'm not gonna get liquor from a plastic bottle. I'm sorry. Call me an elitist. It's like wine without corks. Like if your wine is a screw off, you've paid too little. But I'm not gonna get, and this is from a very cheap liquor that I'm holding in my hand. It's not even like it's a pricey liquor, but I'm not gonna buy liquor that comes in a plastic bottle. I think that's my cutoff point. So I appreciate the actual, what do you call this? I appreciate the suggestion, but I will not take it because it's in the same league as Skull Vodka. Hungry and Hungover, serious virgin topic. Your thoughts on Dean Dill? Was he the best coin magician ever? I don't think he was the best coin magician ever, but I think he was great. And he's one that seemed to die way before his time. I remember, I think he was like 50-something and he passed away. And I thought that was a shame. But Dean Dill was a great, clever magician. He came up with a lot of stuff. And again, it's unfortunate that he passed away in the time that he did. But he did leave us with a bunch of great stuff, things that we could work on, things that we could develop. The explosion trick was one of my favorites and one of the first things that I wanted to convince my mom to buy that was of a high price. Luckily, I didn't because it was stupidly overpriced. But it was an amazing trick because you just had all these coins multiply on the surface of a table. And I thought that was an interesting thing. But I love Dean Dill. Let's go through here. PigCake, you've been with me through so much, bro. I want to thank you by sharing my favorite memory of you. Anytime before I knew your ugly face looked like Cannibal Holocaust. That is true. That was, I think you've mentioned that before, that was the first video. And I recently watched it. I didn't think it was too funny because I didn't do any cuts in that video. And I guess I was kind of going with the riff of it. And there are some points where I should have cut the video. I think maybe I cut it once. But I should have maybe done a little bit more effort, put a little bit more into the script of that. And made it better. But I'm glad that at least brought you to know of the PigCake when I was using a Galaxy S7, which is still there as my main camera. Oh, let's see here. Sorry, fun fact. PigCake has been talking about doing a stand-up at an open bar for 4 years now, and I haven't done it yet. So 4 years from now, maybe you could call me out on that again, assuming that I haven't completely rolled off of a bridge with my motorcycle, which is still not working. Gracias, Uncle Piggy. Opinions on expert card technique. It's one of the best beginner magic books you could get. One of the best beginner magic books that you could possibly get. I swore by it. I think that it's way better than Royal Road or any other beginner magic book on card magic that you could get. And if you read that, you could pretty much be well off when it comes to a good baseline for card tricks. Alejandro wants the sneaky link in Coral Gables. Well, you've taken... I'm offended, and I'll tell you why, and I'll mention it to the rest of the PigCake community. I was sent an email recently by one Iker here in the chat, and he said, hey, Piggy, I saw you. I saw you in Coral Gables. Coral Gables is maybe... If my bike was working, it would probably be maybe 3 minutes in that direction, right? And he sends me a picture of a guy wearing 9-inch inseam basketball shorts. And he goes, oh, I thought I saw you, man. Of this fucking guy wearing 9-inch inseam basketball shorts. Let's look this up and show you what this fuck thought that I was wearing unironically. 9-inch inseam shorts. First of all, I have to fucking paste that on Google.com because I'm on Bing. Unfortunately, Bing doesn't have my fucking information, even though everybody knows my name by now. Let's do 9-inch inseam shorts. God damn. All right. Well, these are not 9-inch. Never mind. There's a booty that I'm looking at right now, which is quite voluptuous. 11-inch inseam shorts. No, you know what? Let's do fucking 13-inch inseam shorts. Maybe I was incorrect about my inch assessment. But there you go. This is the right length. So I was sent a picture of a guy wearing shorts like this. Right? Shorts like this. And they said, hey, Piggy, I saw you in Coral Gables. Oh, are you sure you didn't see Allen Iverson from 2003 from NBA 2K5? You fuck. So that upset me. That definitely upset me. Let's see. That was Alejandro. Yeah, that was Alejandro. You're right. However, you did show me a picture of me in Benihana's, and it was me. It was definitely me. And I looked right at the camera, and I did not notice that it was you taking a picture of me. So that was interesting. Let's go through here. Sorry. I had pop-off once where my friend and my buddy pissed on me while I was fucking this chick one time. So pop-off is pretty evil because he doesn't usually do that without permission first. Sorry, that was another beeping of the horn outside my fucking house. That's hysterical. Oh, Daniel says, that's not cheap. That's homeless. Fight me, bro. I was just talking about you and how you don't want to do ham radio because you're busy. So I'm saying you are the Opie of our Opie and Anthony. I'm definitely the Anthony because I'm really funny. What stock do you prefer, Cardamundi or USPC? Well, I do prefer Cardamundi because their stock is the B9 finish, which is how I like my tumors. But it's crushed stock by its very nature. USPC is not necessarily going to be USPC, but USPC is not going to be necessarily crushed stock unless maybe we reach that goal, of which then I would look into crushed stock for USPC. But USPC is significantly cheaper and will come at a lesser cost to you. So I'm probably going to go with USPC because they're cheaper. But I prefer Cardamundi stock, even though technically they're the same shit. This podcast made my dick want to be sucked by a ripped Asian gentleman. Well, luckily for you, that's not me because I'm not from Asia. I'm from Egypt in Africa. A lot of people don't understand, by the way, that the Middle East is Asian. They go, oh, I thought it was just its own thing. You're lacking of geography skills, my friend. Mexico's problem stems from corruption. It's intraceable. Agreed? I do recall at one point they did have somebody that made this very hard worded press conference saying, oh, we're going to come after the drug dealers and we're going to go after them and we're going to make sure that we clean up Mexico. The next day they were shot dead. So that shows you the vibe over there. I heard you get grams of pure cocaine for $20 in Mexico. That's probably why people vacation here. You could probably get a baggie of coke here for that price. I've personally seen a British tourist pay $25 for a bump of cocaine in a bar in the beach. So that guy paid for a single bump, $25. So I'm sure if you have your good connections, you could probably get that here. I wouldn't know because I've never done it. A 9-inch inseam would be a regular pair of shorts, a regular pair of pants on Piggy. No, I would have pinned you, but that would mean that everybody has to read that. I'm not going to give you the fucking, the good grace of being the pin for this particular one. 2K5 was the first 2K that Iverson wasn't on the cover. Good job. God damn it. I think I had 2K4 and Iverson was on the cover, if I recall correctly. What are your opinion on USB powered pig lights? I do still have that light that you gave me. I believe I have that in my little box there that's under my bed that has all my playing cards. So I had that. It's a USB powered light that you sent me many years ago, along with a questionable picture of your ex-girlfriend. So I do appreciate both the light and the picture of your ex-girlfriend. Although she did do that trick that I hate that girls do, where they take a picture in the bathroom, right, like this, and their ass is leaning on the sink, right? Their ass is leaning, so it makes them look like they're thicker than they actually are. But I know the moves. I know the moves because I've done them. So you're not going to fool me with that fake ass. Are the cardboards going to be thick boys like Copags or thin like cohorts? Well, their stock from what I've done, the research and what the back and forth that I've done with them, the actual stock is not the cohorts, but it is their B9 finish. I don't know if they're the same. I might be talking out of my ass. They no longer make the thick boy cards. So whatever cards they have are going to be thin and crushed, just stock and default with Cardamundi. However, that does come at a higher price. So that's something that I'm going to have to weigh out. Now, I could go with USB-C, have that be a little bit more. Maybe I reach that particular Kickstarter goal, and then have them crush stock by USB-C, which I believe are going to be cheaper than Cardamundi's crush stock, which is their normal default line of cards. So it's some fun decisions, but again, it's all going to depend on how much the actual campaign raises. I hope that it raises a lot. I remember that woman you banged 22 years ago. She said she didn't get pregnant. Well, she did. 22 years ago. I'm trying to do the math if I'm 32 now. But I've drank quite a bit. Did anyone try Safari here? It's peach-flavored liquor. No, Manel. I don't have black girls in my audience. Okay? Maybe if I had black women as people that enjoyed my content, maybe they could probably have tried that. But nobody here knows what Safari is. That number I posted in the chat is Ice Miami, Lamau. Fuck. So if I would have called that and it would have been Ice, I would have probably died. I hate that I didn't for fear of giving you my phone number. But my phone number is probably public anyways, nevertheless. Let's go here. Kaolaz says, Smooth Face Piggy. How are you? Happy New Year. Same to you. It is not Smooth Face. It is with a, I believe, 8 o'clock shadow. But it's... smoother on the ladies, that's for sure. Let's see here. I can only talk shit about Mexico, says Red Dead. I'm sure. I like USB-C. You should use the B stock. The B stock is a little bit thick for my taste, to be honest. I hope that it raises at least $5,000. I want the cards. I hope it raises a lot more than that, to be honest. I have lofty ambitions for these playing cards. And I would consider... $5,000 to be very little for this particular campaign. I'm hoping to raise way more, and I hope a lot of people end up buying these cards. I do like them a lot and hope that I could get them in a lot of people's hands. However, we'll see. It could be a total bomb or it could be a complete success. My goal is that I surpass Gentleman Wake so that I could brag to him that my first deck did more than his first deck. But his first deck broke records, so I don't know if it's going to be the same with mine. Does anyone find that duck face girls do in pictures attractive? I thought that would have died out by now. No, I don't like it. It's false pretenses, right? False pretenses. They're perping up their lips, and it's not really what their lips look like. Let me go through a couple more comments here. Really good for second deal. Sponsored by UME PCC. We might be sponsored by a different company. We'll see. We'll see soon enough. Differently named company. We'll see that when the actual cards come out. My favorite acronym was from my old gang, Fly Ass Gangster Set, or the for short. I feel like I could read that out loud because I'm quoting you, but still, I know YouTube is very, and YouTube's only gotten worse on that, by the way. Thoughts on Michael Murray? I have an addition to his fast project from Blackpool last year being added soon. Michael Murray is great, man. I talked to him in Blackpool. I was a fan of his work, and he reminds me of Bill Burr. I think it's his appearance. Somehow he reminds me of Bill Burr, but it was very attentive. I mean, I was hammered talking to him, and he was still attentive, and we had a nice back and forth talking shit about Turner, which tends to be the case quite often. But I love him. He's great. I had sex with him, and it was all right. It wasn't, my best performance, but at least he let me be top for once. See, you got to ask Gentleman Wake for help. I remember asking Gentleman Wake for advice. This was funny. I was talking to Daniel about this recently, but we had a gig, right? Like this video gig that me and Daniel managed to get, which didn't work out. But I asked him on terms of pricing. I'm like, hey, man, what do you think I should charge for this? You've been doing this for a long time. What should I charge for this gig? I'm doing video work and then editing. He goes, I'd probably charge like $150. Me, I'd probably charge him like $900 an hour. And he said it so legitimately. Like he said it like he meant it. He didn't say it with any sort of like, ha ha ha, you and your inexperienced ass. You should probably charge like 150 for the whole thing. But me, I would charge 900 because, you know, I have all the experience and the effort. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm capable of doing something professional to a high level. Fuck. But I just found that to be really funny when he told me that. But I love Gentleman Wake. Unfortunately, he moved to, I believe, North Carolina. So I haven't really had any communication with him in a while. Maybe cut a deal with Penguin or some shit because the advertising campaign needs to be heavy on the promoting. Yeah, I'm aware of that. So your boy's out here taking a lot of the contingencies for that. But usually when it comes to manufacturing playing cards, you do sell a gross to magic companies like Murphy's and all this stuff. So that's part of it. But, you know, I'm hoping for a really successful campaign for this particular deck. And the other decks that we're also working on. Right? It's been a while. I've realized that I've been shilling this potential deck since 2019. So luckily, we're getting to the end point of that particular shilling. Iker, that's not true. Maybe a really fun render. So you guys are talking about cars? What the fuck? Are you guys talking about cars here? Piggy, what are your thoughts on a used 2018 blue Nissan Sentra? It's a good, reliable car. A Nissan Sentra. It's inexpensive. The older you get. Right? I'm not familiar with how often you got to get them serviced, but it's definitely less expensive than a fucking Mercedes or like an Audi. Like, oh yeah, let me just get an Audi A5 and pay $800 a month for a fucking, what's Audi's company? They're, it's not Volkswagen, right? But it's like a higher end. I forgot what their actual brother or sister company is. You Riz God? Damn. Pig W Riz. PigCake. I always have W Riz. My Riz is undeniable. Daniel's always doubting my Riz, but my Riz is pretty fucking tremendous. Well, I'm going to try to sneak now. Take care, Piggas. Best community in YouTube. Piggy Man, take care. Grow some hair. You're right. You're right. And I think on that note, I will end the stream. It's been going on for quite a bit of time. PigCake, let's get a new wound on your left leg. Check before we bid each other goodbye. Nissan Sentras are reliable. It reliably makes you want to walk. Audi is VW. So yeah, it's like a higher end VW, essentially, what it is that you're paying probably 20 grand more for. Good God, I'm about to go to the Cardamone Dallas factory and raid them for stuff. Volkswagen makes Audis, as we just said. I do recall somebody, I forgot what celebrity, had an issue with Elon Musk recently. And she said, I'm going to trade in a fucking Tesla for a Volkswagen. Wait till she finds out about the history of that one, right? Wait till she looks into that one. What else? I guess I'm going to come back to streaming regularly on the channel, so make sure you have the little fucking notification button. I like to usually give a notification out on my Discord before I go live. And hopefully, maybe that'll make you actually want to join the next one. The next one's probably going to be relatively soon. I don't think I'm going to drop any specific date as to when I'm going to do another stream, but just make sure to be on the lookout. Right? Be on that hot lookout, and you'll be out here for the next one. Usually some advice. I like to end my videos and these streams with advice, and usually they involve something around my environment, right? They involve some fucking environmental factor here. So let's see if I can maybe give you some advice. Oh, this right here. I see a lot of Zoomers trying these, right? I mentioned this in one of the other streams, a video that I did. Grinds. This is by Black Rifle Company. They've had some questionable allegiances as of late. However, this is a product that I wanted to try, which is little coffee pouches. And I went to Key West not so long ago, and I decided to try this out for the first time. These are Zin pouches. This is what the college kids take right before they molest a girl. And I tried putting one, and it fucked me up. It fucked me up. And that's from somebody who smokes cigars every day, probably. I think I smoked a cigar today. And the nicotine on this, somehow, I don't know why, but it got me sick. I felt disgusting. I had a migraine the entire day. So this ruined my day. I do think nicotine is not necessarily as bad for you as people make it out to be. It's like caffeine. But somehow in this particular fucking format, it was awful. So I don't recommend this. I think this is something for the young. It's definitely not something for me. As you could see, this is still completely open. This is still completely full, technically. I tried only one pouch, and I had a terrible time. So if you are above the age of, I want to say 20, don't do these. Don't do these Zyn pouches. If you are maybe fucking 18, yeah, go ahead. Go crazy. But a 32-year-old can't do this. 32-year-old can't definitely. Let's finish this one off here. By now we know that Nancy Pelosi is insider trading, right? Like we know that for sure. So it's not really a controversial thing to say. So we'll end it on that note.